Thank you again so much, Darryl, for inviting me to chat with everybody about the CRM. Again, we're talking about the Power Builder CRM, but we will be sort of going into it a little more generally about just CRM and how it's going to help your business. I actually want to start with the basics. What is a CRM? And I think we asked this actually, Darryl, on the last Power Agent webinar that I joined you on. And we asked people to say, what does CRM mean to you? What do you use that abbreviation for? There's so many abbreviations in real estate. CRM broken down is Customer Relationship Management System. I think somebody on the last webinar said it was continually reminding me system, which it also does. So all good things. It's your contact management system. So people refer to it as their database. And that a traditional CRM helps you do three key things: store and manage your data in one central place, keep in touch and stay top of mind with all of your contacts in your database. And I apologize, I don't know why my image is cutting off my text here. It didn't do that on my test run. Stay organized and in control with all of your tasks and appointments. And the difference between a general CRM and a real estate CRM is that a real estate CRM is designed with the needs of real estate agents in mind. So there's things like marketing plans and email and letter templates and active business management fields that are relevant to things that you need in your real estate business, like being able to follow up quickly and easily and track things like home anniversaries, their move-in dates. So all kinds of things that your real estate CRM should do for you.
And if you don't mind, if I could just interject, the CRM, in my opinion, is the least expensive team member assistant that an agent can have, right? And so that's why this is so important. I can't see any agent not having a CRM that they really focus on and use on a daily basis.
Absolutely, Darryl. And I've spoken to so many agents, and one that I'm thinking of specifically recently that said, you know what, I kind of had a CRM early in my career. I realized I'd lost some business, so I found something else that I was actually going to use. And she now runs her business primarily through her CRM, and she's semi-retired and still making six figures because she's built such an amazing referrals-based business over time, but had to implement the right tool to make sure that would work for her long term. Yeah. So just amazing testimonials from agents that we're hearing. So just again, back to why it's a real estate CRM.
And by the way, I'm sorry, Shannon, I'm going to interrupt you just for 1 second because I just wanted, because I see people, we haven't shared their questions yet. They're starting to already ask questions, which is awesome. Gang, that's good. Write your question because we're going to, at the end of the hour, we're going to go to those questions and read them in order. So so you may not see your question. We're not going to answer it right away, but stay to the end. We're going to definitely answer it. So go ahead, Shannon.
We will indeed. So yeah, back to real estate CRM. I mean, there's all kinds of CRMs floating around. There's all kinds of real estate CRMs floating around. Again, we're using the Power Builder CRM, which is driven by Exact Contact, to demonstrate this today. But if you're looking for a real estate CRM, it should have these key things that will help you in your business rather than you having to try to customize or finesse a more general CRM. So things like being able to manage your active business, putting in your listings and buyers and your closings and all of the automated reminders for key dates associated with those. Yeah. Having automated drip marketing plans and templates already written for you that are designed and written for buyers and sellers in the real estate sector. And there's a huge library of pre-written real estate specific email and letter templates. And Exact Contact provides a huge library. Power Builder provides an even bigger library because there are templates specific to Power Agent added into that library. Yeah. So there's all kinds of templates and content, and I'll show you a couple of examples of those. The system also includes a monthly email newsletter that is real estate specific. It positions you as an expert in all things home ownership, and it gets sent out automatically every month with brand new content. Mm-hmm. So making it super simple to stay in touch with everyone. And if you don't have one today or you need a new one, we also include a mobile friendly website. Now, I'm not going to get too far into the websites today. If I've got time, I'll show you what they look like, but we really want to focus on CRM today. So what is the Power Builder CRM? And that's my little segue to get into the actual CRM. Let me
and
find
while
the
she's
screen.
doing that, gang, I just want to be clear too. You know, Shannon loves Power Builder. We love Power because that's what we have. That's what we have for the students. But this is not about Power Builder. This is about a CRM. Some of you have some other CRM, like whatever the name is. I don't want to go through all the other companies. So
many.
Yeah. So when Shannon talks about having a pre-written monthly newsletter that all you have to do is send out every month because it's written for you. If you have a current CRM, you need to look at that company and ask them, do you have a newsletter that's already written every month, and start using it. So I want you to, those of you that have something, I want you to hear, and she's talking passionately about this, you make a note for yourself. Hey, I got to check and see if I have that too. All right, go on.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got a good CRM and you just want to make better use of it, find those items. Find the items that we're talking to today, specifically in the Power Builder CRM, and make sure that your system can do those things for you. So I'm gonna dive again. We're using it as an example here, but you should be able to do these things in your current CRM, and if not, dig into the company that you're with and find the ways that the system can help you drive that level of your business. So really quick system orientation. Your dashboard should be easy to use. Left-hand side, menu items, right-hand side, contact list, and workspace or dashboard in the middle. And some of what the system drives are automated reminders in something like a keep in touch coach. Now, you could have reminders that you're setting up in your task list for who to follow up with, and those would show up, here on your tasks. However you're setting your recurring reminders, it's important that you continue to follow up based on however you've set your recurring reminders. What the Keep in Touch coach in Power Builder does is it automatically reminds you who to follow up with at the right time. So the reminder here is actually based on the person's status in your business pipeline. So any good CRM system should have some way that you can categorize your contacts. There are multiple ways in the Power Builder CRM to categorize your contacts, the widest part of that funnel being the business pipeline. So hot prospects could be multiple types of hot prospect. They could be buyers, sellers, renters, what have you, but they're all under the hot prospect status in the business pipeline. And what's going to happen, or long-term prospect, depending on when they're sort of looking to start their search or start selling, what the Keep in Touch coach does is it grabs that status and it automatically reminds you at a pre-scheduled interval. So say for your hot prospects, they're going to pop up here on your dashboard 7 days from your last logged activity. Or for long-term prospects, maybe 60 or even 90 days from your last logged activity. So nobody ever falls through the cracks. And not that you can't talk to them sooner than that, right? You can talk to your long-term prospects even more frequently, but every time you log an activity, the system reschedules the reminder for you.
And that's probably why we call it Keep in Touch coach, because in a sense, the software is coaching you when you should do the follow-up.
Exactly.
Now, if an agent wanted to, Shannon, change, instead of it being the 7-day reminder, be a 3-day reminder, can they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the system by default provides some reminders at the frequency, but these can be customized. So for long-term prospects, if you wanted to follow up every 60 days instead of 90 days, it's just simply adjusting that time frame.
Got it. Awesome.
Yeah. But that's so key to following up with all of your past clients and making sure nobody ever forgets you, making sure that those long-term prospects don't call somebody else 6 months down the road when they're ready, because you have to stay top of mind with them, but you have to find a way that you can remember them, right? Most of us as salespeople are really good at following up with our hot prospects. We know what to do with clients that are ready to go, but the long-term prospects, it's so easy to let them sort of fade away because they said, yeah, you know what, I'm not sure about the market right now. Maybe we'll look in the spring, like next spring. And you're going, oh, that's a whole year from now. How do I keep this person remembering me? So things like your Keep in Touch coach, sending out, whether it's emails, just giving them little items of value along the way, keep your name floating to the top of their inbox, floating to the top of their memory when they think of anything real estate related.
Now, I know some people have this question because just from the 5 minutes you've been talking, people like, oh my God, can I do this? Like they're already having more questions
of course.
Than when we started. So how is, I know the answer to this, but how is the support on this? So a new agent that's going into learning a new CRM, a new piece of software, that's always a concern for them, which they should be, because anytime you take on a new piece of software, there's that learning curve. And if it gets too frustrating, you just say the heck with it and you don't wind up using it. And it could have been a game changer for you. How is it? How is your office there with helping the agents?
Yeah. So, and I actually have a whole slide on this after I finish the demo, but I will speak to it before we get there. We have what we call our concierge setup service. So a member of the exact contact team that we're supporting Power Builder calls every agent that signs up, welcomes them, and offers assistance in getting set up. We will upload your contact data for you or sync it with your phone or your Google contacts, wherever that data is stored, and then walk through the system with you, ensuring that all the items you want to have set up and working for you are ready to go. And then you have unlimited ongoing support. So you're seeing this little chat bubble down here. You can chat with us. You can also phone or email support.
Wait, they don't have to pay for the support?
No.
That's
all included. Free support. That's what we're here for. It would be a disservice, to our business even, to not provide the assistance to make sure the system's working for you. Awesome. We're not just passionate about the technology. We want realtors to succeed. And this is sort of a core piece of making that happen. Awesome.
By the way, Julie and Sarah, I see that you've been answering some of the questions that you can answer, which is awesome. So keep doing that, Sarah and Julie. All right, go on.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to just show you guys what a contact record looks like, just to give you a little bit deeper dive into the different levels of category and how the search functionality works in the system. And then I'll dive into some of those email and marketing templates and programs. So every contact in the CRM has the ability to be a household contact. Most real estate CRMs are set up this way because the contact is tied to a property address rather than having to have an individual contact for Andrew, an individual contact record for Jessica. They can be a household contact record. So you have Andrew Adams and his spouse, Jessica Adams. You've got their home address. And by the way, let me just edit here and show you one quick thing. You can also keep track under the home address of their move-in date. Ooh. So if this is someone that you sold a property to and you add the move-in date to their contact record, the system can automatically remind you a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, every time their move-in anniversary comes up. And it can also automatically email them a move-in anniversary card.
Oh.
Yeah. Same automation applies for birthdays. So if you know the person's birthday, if at some point during your conversations with them, even if they mention it in passing, right, make it your mission to find out these personal details, add the birthday to their contact record. Even if they're, a referral or a long-term prospect, add the birthday to their contact record, because the system is going to then automatically remind you and automatically send them a birthday greeting card. So you look really personally in tune with everyone that you're in communication with. And birthdays are great. I would argue move-in anniversaries are even better. I don't know about you, Darryl, but
I think so, because it's tied to the house, and that's
it's tied to the house and where your relationship came from. And quite frankly, your past client probably forgot that was their move-in day. They might remember it was August because it was
that's
stupid
funny.
Hot and really uncomfortable when they had to load everything.
Right. You're absolutely right. I don't even remember what my move-in date was. I don't even remember the year.
Right. So it's not just, it's that touch point that's like, wow, I forgot, but it's really cool that you remember.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So just back to the categorization for 1 second before I dive into those automated reminders and NE cards. The contact status we mentioned, there's numerous different hard-loaded statuses in the system. Okay. You can also add your own additional 3. The reason that these are hard-loaded is because they drive that functionality of the Keep in Touch coach.
Sure.
So they're programmed to do other things. And then from this widest part of your funnel, you can get a little more granular with the type. So buyer, seller, both, FSBO, what have you. Your contact groups. And this is where you can get the most granular, and contacts can belong to multiple groups. Okay. So they might be in your A list, but they might also be in a specific neighborhood. Okay. We have them here, they're on a monthly stat report. So when you have to pull up that list of who am I sending X item to, or who do I want to follow up with about a specific topic, it's really easy to use these search and filter categories. And you can also keep track of your original source. So where are your contacts coming from? And I'll show you on the dashboard where this partially ties back to where your business is coming from and then where you're actually closing that business. So tons of information and categorization that can be held in one individual contact record. Any of your activity, your follow-up history, any emails that you're sending this person, any prospecting updates that you're logging will all be held right in the contact record on the activities and history. You can even capture emails that you're sending from your Outlook or your Gmail into the system here. So you've got that rolling ongoing history. And when you want to pull up not just an individual contact, but multiple contacts at once, right? Perhaps you want to send out an email to all of your seller prospects. You can click the search button and then pull up by, let's say I want all of my hot prospects in my A list. And let's see what we get here in our demo account. So I've got 9 people.
Okay.
And I pull them into list view.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
And then I have the ability to now work on mass. So it's not contact by contact, which is sort of like if you're keeping all your contacts in like your Gmail or your phone or a spreadsheet, the challenge becomes, okay, now how do I group them together so that I can send something to them quickly and easily? And that's where your CRM should come in. You should be able to search and filter by your categories and then work with that entire group at once. Or, maybe I just want to send it to 8 of these 9 people. And I want to send them all a mass email or print a letter to send to all of these people, export this list and do something else with it. But there should be mass actions that make it easy to work with just a certain group. Sorry, Darryl, you had something to add.
No, you covered it. But what I do want to highlight, this is just so awesome for an agent to get a handle on their business and working and nurturing and doing what they need to do to run their business like a business. When I'm looking at this, I'm thinking about, what we've been hearing with social media like Apple and Google, like how valuable the database is for these companies and what people do and their buying habits and all that stuff. This is a version for an agent. It's like, all right, here's my list, here's my people, here's where they're coming from, here's the category, whether it's my farm area, whether it's FSBOs, I want to work. And this is just so incredible, so valuable. Go on. I'm so excited.
Yeah, thanks, Darryl. Appreciate the added enthusiasm. Not used to having a co-host. So let's say I want to send, just this little group of 8 people a mass email. I can say create mass email, and when I click the purple button, the little arrow there, it navigates me to the mass email section of the system. So now actually in this menu item, I've navigated to it quickly and easily right from the search window. And you'll notice right away, again, there's all kinds of different Power Program templates in this particular system. If your system that you're using doesn't have templates and you have to create them, it should be easy to do so. But hopefully there's some way to create those templates, to save them and reuse them so that every time you want to send an email, you're not having to sort of reinvent the wheel and create new content.
And I do want to talk to the Power Agents for a second. So sidebar to the Power Agents guest. Power Agents, in the classroom of the Power Program website, as part of your membership, there's over 500 forms, flyers, checklists, and letters. And so the ones that were appropriate, we have moved them into, so they're still there, but we copied them and put them into the Power Builder. So that way you don't have to go through that step of doing it. So those letters, those emails, it's all written for you. That's part of the bonus of the Power Builder. Okay.
Yeah, and we're looking at things like here's an example of one of the Power Agent templates that's been preloaded. So you just have to update this little tiny piece of information, and you've got this great email that's going to go out with your signature. And I took the liberty, Darryl, of creating you a signature in this demo account. So it's going to go out with your branding, however that's been set up within the system.
It was just a little, to make me feel good. I know you put my photo there.
Sure. Yeah. And of course it has the greeting. It knows who to send it to. And it, again, ties it back to the appropriate.
Now, and by the way, the signature there, people, when they click through, so that an agent sends out that invitation for that event to do a seller's webinar or live works or whatever. So they can click on that, and that would bring them to a reservation or wherever the agent says to bring this email to when people click, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So the link itself, you have to embed, but if you can put a link really anywhere in this email, or if the person just emails you, just clicks on your website address, they'll go directly there.
And so, and part of the Power Builder too is the website, which we're going to see maybe if we'll get to it. But then if somebody clicks on that and goes to the website to download something or whatever, they can do that. That we've got that. Okay, good, great, sounds great.
Yeah. So everything interconnects, makes it easy for them to access all of your information. Also, while I'm here in the mass email section, I will note you can create your own emails, but again, there's a huge number of templates making it easy for you to use the system that way, but you can create your own as well. And there's also the monthly email newsletter. Now, we mentioned at the beginning, not every CRM platform includes this much content. So that's a unique advantage to Exact Contact, and of course, with the addition of the Power Agent templates in the Power Builder version of this CRM. But it is important that you have some kind of items of value, I guess we can use that terminology.
Yep.
Something that is engaging your prospects and your clients and sending them something relevant each month, or whether you send it quarterly, but just continuing to float yourself to the top of their memory, the top of their inbox. The Power Builder CRM, Exact Contact CRM, includes a monthly email newsletter that actually is written for you. So it would have your branding, however you set it up in your system, the greeting for the appropriate person, a personal message, again, your signature, and then 3 articles that position you as an expert in all things home ownership. And you don't have to write these. You can edit them. You can customize the existing copy, even though we wrote it for you. You can change the photos on the articles. You can even add your own article that would have the same format. But I can honestly say like 85% of the people using this platform literally set it and forget it.
I'll tell you, just for the newsletter part, I know there's companies that charge agents to write copy for them. And it's in the hundreds of dollars just for that one thing. So, and I know people are asking how much is the Power Builder CRM. We'll get to that in the end. Let's just focus on the concept here, gang, of what you need to do. Because here's the point. You want to set and forget. You part of nurturing past clients and staying top of mind is exactly that. It's the constant, periodically, how are you doing? Here's a little thing of value, etc. So let's focus on that right now. Okay.
Exactly. And we want to make it as effortless for you as possible so that you have more time to actually talk to your prospects, to meet with your clients, to just, in general, have more free time. I apologize. I have a noisy dog in the house.
It's all right.
I know there's some dog lovers with us today, so I do apologize. The other piece to this is that there is email campaign reporting. Now, this demo account, we haven't actually sent any emails from, but once you've sent emails from your account, you can see your overall opens, just like if you were using something like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact. The difference is it's all built into one place. So we're not having to navigate to multiple different systems or link to different systems to do that action.
Gotcha. Very good. Very good stuff.
And let me just pop into the activity plan section, because we've mentioned that there's a ton of content. So I just want to highlight that. When we were looking in the mass email template list, we were looking at all of the individual emails. And those individual emails have been scheduled into existing campaigns. So there's 2-year-long campaigns for sellers, for buyers, for first-time home buyers. There's a 3-month campaign for FSBOs. There's expireds. There's even a 5-year-long campaign for your sphere of influence. So for those referrals, for those people in your A-list, the people in your network, I talked to a couple of new agents recently that said, well, I don't really know who I know. And it was, everybody, we all know more people than we think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think the biggest question is, well, what would they think if I send them an email that I'm now in real estate So they're going to think, what if I haven't talked to them in a long, long time, and I suddenly send them an email about being in real estate? I said, they're probably going to turn to the person beside them and go, hey, do you remember Shannon? You mean Shannon from XYZ company? Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, she just sent me an email. She's in real estate.
Right.
Now 2 people know you're in real estate.
That's exactly right.
Right? So we have to sort of get out of our own heads in that way. And something like this 5-year long campaign just keeps reminding those people what you're doing.
Now, I just want to be clear. So if I put something, I mean, because this is like, I'm getting tingly all over. So if I take a person and I put them into this 5-year campaign, I basically don't have to think or worry about what am I going to do to stay in touch with my people, because this is now covered for the next 5 years.
Yep. Automated email, reminder to make a phone call, and even a topic of what you might want to talk about.
So what'll happen, even a topic what to talk about. So what'll happen is I'll get a to-do list that day for that particular person. Hey, Darryl, here's one of your clients that you need to call, and here's the topic to maybe just call in to say hello is a suggestion, right?
That little task list on your dashboard is going to show you what you have to do every day with all the different people you need to connect with.
This is why this is so great and appropriate that it's called Coach. Your Keep in Touch Coach, because it's coaching agents on how to nurture and work their friends, family, and past clients. All right.
Exactly. And we want to take some of the work out of that.
Yes.
So again, no matter what CRM you're using, it's beneficial to be able to set up these action plans that email your clients, that remind you when to follow up with them, so that you don't have to build something new every time you add a new prospect or client to your list.
Mm-hmm.
You can just assign it and go.
Yep.
And again, this can be assigned to an individual contact, can also be assigned to entire groups of contacts all at once.
Got it. Now, listen, I did see there's a question about seeing the screen. Sarah, is there something that we need to tell the attendees on how to view the screen correctly? Sarah,
I will look into it.
What?
I will look into it. Sure.
No, I think can't the agents control how big or small the chat is in comparison to the screen share that Shannon is showing?
Oh yeah, hopefully nobody has like you and I maximized and the screen minimized.
It depends if you're on your phone or not, so I'll answer them.
It depends if you're on your phone. Okay, go on.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. Perfect. So I'm just going to pop back to our dashboard for just a second here and just run through some of these other items. The dashboard that I'm going to go through the widgets in a specific order today, but you can actually change how your dashboard appears in this system. So if you want your tasks at the top or you want the tasks at the bottom, you can choose what order those go into. And the Keep in Touch Coach, of course, is always at the top, because we don't want you to move it and hide it. It wants to be right here in front of you. There's widgets for your tasks and appointments. So this would be all of your appointments, anything showing up in your calendar, any reminders. So again, those phone call reminders from your activity plans would appear here. You get a nice little snapshot of your business pipeline and who's floating in there. Mm-hmm. And then we flow into this prospecting activities. And I want to speak to this just quickly, because this is something that once you get your database set up, once you get it organized, once you have sort of things going out, you can actually set goals for your activity. And the goal setting allows you to set goals for not just what you want to make this year and how that breaks down in terms of your listings and your buyers. You also set goals for how you're going to get there. How many prospects are you going to add? How many referrals are you going to get? How many phone calls are you going to make? And so on. And then our nice little dashboard widget makes it easy to follow through. And so, of course, demo database, we're not actually logging account information in here. But if you're supposed to add 2 new contacts today, and you've added one, over the last week, your year-to-date actual percentage is going to show you where you're at towards your goals.
So in other words, on that screen right there is if I'm supposed to reach out to new contacts a week, right now I got 0. I ain't doing too good. But if I reach out to somebody, they're a new person, did an open house, whatever, and I put that contact in there, it will automatically log the activity and it'll adjust the number. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So same thing with phone calls. If I'm on my keep in touch coach and I log a prospecting update, actually, let's just, for fun, we'll log a little note here.
Okay.
And then the system will automatically, if I refresh, will automatically update that you've made one phone call.
Okay.
And that all corresponds forward into your actual annual goal for how many phone calls you're going to make. Because ultimately, it's this activity that's going to get you to that financial goal. And the same thing applies as you're logging your active listings,
commissions and
buyers, and your commissions, and you're closing those transactions. That closed business widget also reflects where you're at towards your goals.
You know, when I took last year an MBA program that was sponsored by Goldman Sachs, one of the things that I learned is just how important dashboards are that shows the financial health and activities of a business. And I've never seen anything like this. When we contracted for you guys to do this for the Power Agents, I just love this. So
yeah, because you never want to get to like November, right? If your fiscal is the end of December, you never want to get to the end of the year and think, oh shoot, what have I done? And then you do the math and realize you're a little short. So
yeah,
how most track throughout the entire year.
How most agents manage their money or their business, and they look in their checkbook and see how much money they have.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, oh, I have none. Panic, and then they have the panic manage their activities.
Yeah.
As opposed to this, we're working by objective, not by crisis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the last thing I'm going to show you here is actually our original source reporting, for some reason, is not showing up correctly in my database. What are you doing? There we go. Can I go year to date? Last year to date? Current month? Anyways.
It's a demo.
Yeah. Demo database, so no data actually.
Although some agents' database would look like that.
It would, unfortunately.
Yes.
So the original source is important, right? So it's not like, I just got a lead. Is this a referral? Did it come from Zillow? Is it from RedX? Like, where are we getting these leads from? Because as you close your transactions, and I hope you guys can see this in this sort of like grayed out a little bit here. As you close your transactions, the system can show you where those closed transactions are coming from.
By the way, that was one of the questions, Shannon, that somebody asked. Does it sync somehow with Zillow?
Yeah, so if you're getting leads from Zillow, we have a direct connection. We're a Zillow Tech Connect partner. So it's just a matter of linking your accounts, and then all of your Zillow leads can flow directly in here automatically.
Awesome. So they go to Zillow and they become a lead. It dumps into the Power Builder.
Yeah, virtually any online lead source, you can have your leads automatically sent to the CRM.
Anything. Then, so realtor.com or anything online, it can dump right into Power Builder. Okay.
Yeah, can automatically, just like any good lead capture system, can automatically send an autoresponder. You automatically receive a notification that you have a new lead, so you can follow up quickly. And that can actually send you a text message. So not even just, we're not checking our email actively. So set up the text message notification, and every time a new lead lands in your CRM, you get a text. Your phone goes ding. So
now, when somebody
follow up,
when a new lead comes in, this is awesome. Okay, so when a new lead comes in and it goes automatically into the Power Builder, can the agent set up to have automatic follow-up as soon as it gets into the database?
Absolutely. Let me actually navigate here to our lead capture. And so the default is an email notification. You can turn on text message notification. All you have to do is give the system your phone number and verify it, and it'll automatically send you a text. And then you have the ability to choose what happens with those leads. So it'll give an original source. You can have them automatically assigned to a follow-up campaign, an activity plan, and even automatically assigned to a contact group. And you also have the ability to send an auto response by email.
Awesome. Now, somebody had asked about Boomtown. Does it also sync with Boomtown?
We do not sync directly with Boomtown. If you're using Boomtown, you'd have to export your contacts to import them here.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
And then somebody also, Ylopo is another one.
We are talking with Ylopo.
I know you are.
Integration.
So that's coming. That it is going to sync directly with Ylopo. So we're working on that. Yep, I know.
We are working on that. It's in process.
It's in the process.
Yeah. So we're always adding new things, always connecting with other systems where we can, always making those updates. And, as we add integrations, they'll appear here in the integrations tab.
Good. Which is, you guys have, that's the other thing. That's why I'm so glad we partnered with you, because anytime we have power agents that tell us something like the Ylopo was an example, I reached out to Rich. I said, we got to get this on board. But so you guys are very responsive. So as agents are using it, they see other things that they want, let us know, and we'll put it into the design process of implementing it as well. Yeah,
absolutely. So that's sort of my high level overview for the CRM today. If I've got 2 more minutes,
yes,
I can show everybody Social Stream.
Oh yes, this is my favorite,
because I know that that's part of what we want to talk about. And just getting content, I just have to log into my other demo account.
That's fine.
To show you the Social Stream platform.
While you're doing that,
and we actually just added a whole bunch more publishers that are even more real estate specific. So what Social Stream does is it helps solve the content problem that many of us have when trying to find content to post to our social media. It can be expensive to find content or pay somebody to find content for you or write content for you. It can be time consuming if you want to do it yourself. And I don't know about you guys, but I bookmark stuff all the time and then forget about the bookmark, and 6 months later and it's no longer relevant. Amen. So then I can't share it. I can, but I'm out of date. The season has passed. So,
and by the way, just before you, there's some companies in the real estate industry, I won't mention their names because I don't want people to say I'm talking bad about it, but there's companies that's all they do is they create content for agents to share to buyers and sellers, and that's a whole other separate expensive thing. So go on.
Yeah, exactly. So we have Social Stream, which is an add-on to your CRM. But what it does is it pulls in content from national news and magazine resources. Those are all tagged with a specific topic and will automatically post to your social media pages at your chosen schedule. So you actually post up to 21 times a week completely automatically. 3 times a day is a lot, 7 a.m., 1 p.m., and 6 p.m. per, research of when people are most active on social media. You choose when you want to schedule your postings for. The posts go automatically. This automated queuing actually is the most popular because what it does is it sends you an email in advance and says, here's the article we've chosen for you, and gives you the option to choose something else. If you think, I don't really like that one, please show me something else. You choose your publications. And these are some of the really cool ones, like anything that's not selected right now, these are brand new. We just added these.
Yeah, so let's people
truly today.
Can you just call out some of them in case people can't read it on the screen?
So things like Architectural Digest, Better Homes and Gardens, the Financial Post's real estate column, Forbes real estate column, House and Home, Martha Stewart Magazine, Realty Times, Realtor.com's real estate postings. So all kinds of content.
House Logic, USA Today, which, by the way, that's important that people understand. What I love about our Social Stream is that it should be recognizable sources, right? So there's some things out there where people will share, but you don't know, like the civilian buyers and sellers don't know who that company is, but they know who USA Today is or Realtor.com. And yeah, I just love this. Yeah.
Exactly. So choose your publications. I can turn them all on because why not? You choose your topics. And so there's all kinds of different topics that you can include or exclude, just depending on what you want to talk about. There might be, if you're the reason we've turned off aging and retirement and retirees here is, to use an example, if you're dealing mostly with millennials or new home buyers, then perhaps, this isn't the right content to post to your page. If you want to open it up, you can post about a little bit of everything. Every article is curated and tagged by a human being. So anything that you wouldn't want to post about is completely screened out. And when a post hits your social media, let me just see if I can get something up on our friend Jay's page here. Oops, I don't want to log into Facebook. I just want to look at the page. There we go. I reset my cache and it logged me out of everything, which is actually kind of annoying.
Yep.
So for example, here's what an article from SocialStream might look like. Facebook requires that there's some sort of web address tagged to these, and ours looks like this: keepingyouinformed.info.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of a general web address. Yeah. Someone sees the picture, reads the topic, and says, I want to know more about that. They click, and they're taken to a landing page that has the article next to your branding, and a pop-up says, hey, I'd like your email address so I can continue to send you valuable content like this.
So awesome. So awesome. Come on.
If they submit this, it's going to go directly back to the CRM. You're going to get that text message that says, ding, you have a new contact. They're going to get an auto response email. You're going to phone them. And the next day they're going to start on a drip campaign.
So awesome. All right, let's see. Let's jump over. I know somebody asked a question about the Real Deal. Is that one of the publications, the Real Deal? I don't think so.
Real Deal, I don't think so. We did just add, so previously, a lot of the publication types were things like Huffington Post and Financial Post's Real Estate column, things like that. We've actually added numerous additional real estate specific publishers that we now have relationships with. So these publishers are sharing content with the SocialStream platform that often is actually subscription level content. Mm-hmm. And you're giving access to it because you're subscribing to this service.
Awesome. All right, let's do this. There's a couple of things I want to show because now I want to show agents some other stuff on the let me just do this over here. Let me see how I do. Well, before I go to my screen, because then we're going to jump over to my stuff. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to open up to questions. I know some of you have questions about the how much and is it included, and let's save that to the end. Plus I see a whole list of other great questions about the CRM and what Shannon's. So she's staying with us. Let me continue teaching, and then we'll go into costs, what those things what it is. Actually, it costs you zero because you make so much money from this stuff. All right. Let me that's how you have to look at it. Sometimes agents look at it the wrong way. How much does it cost me? Nope. How much does it cost you if you don't do it is really the question.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
So jumping over to my screen, and let's see, it's loading up right now. Give it a second, gang. And what I want to share with you is, by the way, Power Agents, what I'm going to show you right now. So I'm talking to Power Agents for a second. When you go to the classroom of the tab, now by the way, you see this is the dashboard. So when you log into the Power Program website and you're on the dashboard, you'll see these 8 places you can go. There's our coaching call. So there's the classroom coaching calls, the CRM builder that Shannon was just talking about, etc. When you click on classroom, then there's all of this. It's just a screenshot. It keeps going. If I were to scroll, it's alphabetical. So if you need help with buyers or farming and self-promotion, listing appointment, but I want to focus on some things I'm going to show you right now on the farming and self-promotion to stay top of mind with your clients, because that's what this is. You're going to see a ton of newsletters, flyers, checklists. It's a plethora. It's beautiful. And you'll notice under each one, there's that little word. Do you see it, gang? It says favorite with the little star. If let's say you really like something and you want to save it for later, you just click on the favorite thing. Okay, now, Christina, one of our Power Agents said, boy, the amount of information is amazing. You're never at a loss. The investment is worth it. But we'll talk about the money aspects later. The same area, there's letters. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the letters to stay top of mind. Now, Power Agents, these letters are in the CRM too. Some Power Agents, you don't need the Power Builder because you've got another company you're doing. That's fine. So you'll just have to manually import ours into that. So here's one, for example. This is a really powerful one, especially now if you haven't reached out to people, they're doing their taxes. What you want to do is send a cover letter with the HUD closing statement to all of your closed transactions for last year. The letter says, take this HUD form, give it to your accountant because you need it. Now, the client already has it, but they probably lost it. And that's not even the point. The point is what Shannon talked about so much is staying top of mind. It's just another little, hello, reminder that you helped them get into that house. Now, for people that have been in their house for at least a year, you should do like the physical, like you should always go, like it's my time, Shannon, to go for my yearly physical. So everybody should have a yearly house physical, which is the neighborhood market report, which another term would be the CMA. So you should send out to annually to people, I want to do an updated market analysis on your property. Some people you can offer over the phone. Listen, if you don't want me to come into the house, or whether it's because of a salesperson or because of COVID, I can give you a ballpark idea how much your house is worth over the phone. Now, Power Agents, I want to remind you, we wrote the 2021 predictions. This is a 43-page. Shannon, this thing is like a book. 43. My office got carried away. And because we were quoting all these experts about the predictions that have already started to come true for this year, this is still valuable because we're in the first quarter of the year. Power Agents, you can customize that. That could be another piece that you can to stay top of mind with your clients. We also got the vacant land letter. We've had Power Agents lately, Shannon, that's in this, the Power Builder to this vacant land. Power Agents tell us they've been getting leads from the vacant, they're getting listings, the absentee owner letter. And then there's, I have a buyer letter, because in this market, the inventory is so low. This is just sending out to a mass area, whether it's a mail, because Shannon, we didn't get into that, but I don't think too much, but what's great about the Power Builder is that agents can either email a letter or they can actually print it, mail it out, right? So they have that option, freedom. Yeah. So, I do want to tell people, this is just a little side thing. This is what's called the Dear Neighbor letter. This is also in the classroom, but this letter basically is a letter already kind of written as a template that one of your clients would write to their neighbors. I love this letter. It's so powerful. So if you sell a house in an area that you tell your seller, do me a favor, could you write a letter to the neighbors? Here's a template, and you mail it out to the neighbors. And the letter says something like, "Dear neighbor, listen, we were a FISBO, but then we hired Darryl, and he did so great for us. We actually needed more money. We love him. If you're ever going to sell, you got to hire Darryl." Come on, mic drop. That is an awesome letter. Okay, what else we got? Commit to a cause. As far as staying top of mind with your people, commit to a cause. Like for us in our company, we committed to the Feeding America because of the COVID. Food insecurity has more than doubled in the United States. I'm sure you're having a challenge in Canada too, Shannon. But so what we've been doing is we're being committed to this, where 100% of our Power Agents who are doing the trial, that $5 goes to that goal that we have of 100,000 meals, and we're on track. We're very excited. Also, visit with your top 50. Let me just go back to this. I'm sorry, because I may have not tied that in too well. Gang, part of what you can do in your real estate business is find some kind of cause that you want to help support and have that be part of your marketing, because there's three things you do. Number one, you are promoting yourself, but the more important thing is number two is you're making a difference beyond just the real estate transaction. And number three is you're bringing awareness to whatever your cause is, so that's why, like, even like some of you, if you don't decide to become a Power Agent and contribute to our goal here, that's okay. By us having this cause in my company, we're bringing awareness to the world about food insecurity has doubled because of this pandemic. So that's a good thing in of itself. Okay. So visit with your top 50 people. So in your CRM, you should be categorizing who are those top 50 that you love, that you want to really give a little VIP extra service. So for example, one of the things that we talk about with our Power Agents is smile stops. And the reason why we call it smile stops, the acronym for SMILE is the S stands for service, M stands for meeting face-to-face, either in person or virtually. Invite them to share. So you're going to invite your client to share. And how you do that is by asking questions. You're going to leave a token of gratitude behind, some little gift. And then you elevate the relationship by continue to stay in touch. So they're called, you're not knocking on doors. Your top 50 people, you're going to do a smile stop. Now, I'll give you an example. So Power Agents, in the farming tab, there is smile stops ideas for every month. I'm going to just give you an example of March. But we have March and June and July. You shouldn't do it every month. You should do it quarterly. I'll talk about that in a second. So, for example, March 5th is National Salesperson Day. Take the time to handwrite a note to at least 5 agents who you've co-broke business with and sent referrals to. That's lovely. Like, why don't we use other agents and think of them as our top 50 as well? 8th, the March 8th is Popcorn Lovers Day. Get 5 tins of fancy popcorn, drop them up to 5 clients. Just wanted to pop by and tell you how much appreciation. 11, plant a flower day. Drop in 5 clients with a small potted flower plant and note that says, thank you for helping my business grow. Do you see how we play with the words? Isn't that? Okay. St. Patrick's Day, drop off small gifts of the foil gold coins. Say, I'm lucky to have you as a client. Happy St. Patrick's Day. So these are just some ideas. Look, Shannon, she's not laughing. She's Canadian. They don't. It's hard to make them laugh sometimes.
I'm smiling. I love these ideas.
I'm just making sure you're still alive over there. Now, listen. One of the things you can do for your past clients to stay top of mind is do some workshops. Now, Shannon showed you what we did is one of these flyers is actually in the email of the Power Builder. Is actually both of them are in there. So those of you that are not power agents, or you're not used to Power Builder, you just create a template, you create a social media piece, and you promote it. It have guest speakers that establishes you as the expert because you're hosting a specific seminar, whether it's for buyers or whether it's for sellers, and you invite your past clients, and your past clients, like Shannon was talking, will tell their friends, hey, my friend is a real estate agent. You should be on this training that they're doing. Refer vendors. There's people that want to do business with you. And so what you should do is make a list of some of the top vendors that want to work with you, whether it's a loan officer, insurance company, title company, etc. You can give that to your past clients. You can actually send out drip emails or letters saying, hey, listen, I negotiated a deal for my past clients, my VIP clients, or all my clients, whatever, a discount on staging, some staging tips or accounting services or whatever. So refinancing, some people are thinking about so anyway, having your vendors be part of your team. Yeah. And the other thing I would suggest that you do to staying in top of mind is thinking what are 1 or 2 things you can do each quarter with your top 50 or all your past clients. What you can do is sketch it out, hang it up like this, or you plug it in as reminders, automate it through your Power Builder CRM or whatever CRM you have. Now, what we're going to do is at this point, we're going to cover the money aspect. Some people are asking about the money or how this works. So let me cover that, and then we're going to go to the questions. Is that okay, Shannon?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for those of you that are guests, now, as far as the power agents and the CRM, the Power Builder, let's take it one step at a time. First of all, the Power Builder is an add-on to the Power Program. The Power Builder you cannot get unless you're a power agent. So if you're a guest, the first step is to become a power agent. So let's go through that, and then we'll talk about it. That membership is $47 a month with no long-term contract, but today you can actually just start for $5. And the great value is you'll have complete access to the entire website where there's hundreds of forms and flyers you can download, and there's bonuses that you get today, and you get to keep them. We'll make it really enticing for you to kick the tires to do this, because for $5, not only are you helping with food insecurity, because 100% of your $5 goes to feeding America. So we're making an investment for you because we want you to become part of the Power Agent family. And by the way, I just want to clarify so people understand. So Feeding America, they're really good at managing, because of corporate donors and everything else, where they can take $1 and pay for 10 meals. So your $5 actually will feed 50 meals, all right? So that's pretty powerful. Okay, here's what the program is. Every Monday, we have a coaching call with our power agents exclusively. And Brenda, one of our power agents, said you're the best out of there. I look forward to your calls every week. So the Monday calls are just so great because it sets the tone for the power agent for the week. And then every Wednesday, we have these webinars. In addition, we record them. They're on demand. We have dozens of webinar-specific topics for power agents. There's a dedicated Facebook close group where there's a tremendous amount of brainstorming and other bonuses. I'm totally blown away how awesome our Facebook group is. Our website, let me just give you a taste of the website. I'm not going to get too much into it because there's so much. And we have a dedicated Tuesday coaching call on the website for people that need it. But if you go to the classroom and let's say you needed help with farming, like we were just discussing, when you click on the farming tab, you have access to all of these that are customizable, right? So they're flyers. And I said there's over 500. And I told you about that little favorite tab where you can tag things. And out of the 500, make your couple of dozen that you like. Or let's say you wanted help on FSBOs. You can actually just search the entire Power Program website for FSBOs, and then you'll get the FSBO dialogue, you'll get video training, you'll get flyers and social media, all FSBO related. So there's just such credible stuff that we have. Now, let me show you the bonuses. Let me jump to the bonuses, and then we're going to go to questions. So here's what happens. When you sign up today, you're going to get an email immediately. And immediately you'll get a link where you'll be able to download 103 PowerPoint slide deck on how to do a listing appointment, along with the video on how to do the listing appointment. This is one of my strengths. I used to list FSBOs and expireds. My batting average is I would list 7 out of 10 that I would go on. I'm known in the industry as being an expert when it comes to listing FSBOs and expireds. In addition, we created an e-guide that you give to your buyers and to your sellers on how to deal with the multiple offer situation. You customize it. It's a powerful piece. You also, if you're a new agent or an experienced agent restarting your business, we wrote this 29-page guide for you to help you get reignited in your business. We put together our most requested dialogues, like calling FSBOs, voicemail for FSBOs, calling expired, voicemail for, and on, calling your farm area. So these are our best dialogue that you get out the gate, along with how to set up a Facebook page and the 3-part business plan, which is really awesome to help you in this year, along with a copy of the 2021 predictions. It says 12 pages. That's wrong. That's a typo. It's actually 43 pages. Plus, you're going to get a copy of today's slides, a copy of this recording, and you get the Power Builder for free for 30 days. Now, this entire slide, this is the value. It's almost $2,000. You get it for $5. So what you could do technically is you could sign up, get all this stuff emailed to you, and then cancel the next day. I hope to God you don't do that, but you could absolutely do that. Now, how much is the Power Builder on top of the Power Agent program? So the Power Agent program is $5, then it goes to $47. For those of you that need the Power Builder, it's an add-on because some of you already are coming to becoming a Power Agent with a CRM. So the Power Builder, it's as low as $29, and the highest it goes to is, what is it, Shannon? 49, I think?
Yeah.
All right, 49.
To include Social Stream.
So that's the big difference. The 49 includes a social stream. The 29 does not. So for an extra $20, you're getting the automated social streaming. But the CRM itself is $29. But I tell agents, do the whole thing, especially during the 30 days that's free for you. And so that's it. So the first step is become Power Agent. Now, by the way, one last thing is that if you're new, if you're a guest, I don't worry about the CRM yet. I would do the 30 days of the Power Program, get familiar with us for a few weeks, and then take on the CRM. That's my suggestion. Okay, with that said, Julie, we're going to open up to questions. I know there's a plethora amount of questions, and I'm so excited. You did such an incredible job, Shannon. All right, so I'll let you take the lead. Take over, Julie. Go.
Wonderful. One big question is if they are already an exact contact customer and they want to switch, how do they do that? In other words, they want a Power Builder so they get the reduced cost, for the program, for the CRM, as well as the extra content?
So they would talk to, I think it's Gail on your side, Julie, is that correct? So they would need to talk to Gail, who is with Power Program, and first make sure get yourself set up as a Power agent, and then Gail will reach out to me and we'll basically just flip a switch on your account. So it won't change anything with what's in your account right now, but it is going to add those templates.
What we did, gang, is we negotiate. Like if you were to go to Exact Contact, it's actually going to cost a little bit more money. So Power agents are getting a lower price for the engine, for the CRM, plus the Power agent exclusive content uploading. So we did a really great deal for you. To answer you that question is if you click on the chat on the Power Program website, you can just ask the question there, say, I want to switch over to the Power Builder, and then that will trigger a whole conversation. You'll be taken care of. Our chat is not automated. It's an actual real person, and so we'll take care of you. Next question.
Do you have any text in the system? Is there a cap on how many texts you can send?
You can activate, I didn't get into it today because it's sort of like one of the bells and whistles, but you can activate mass text marketing for as little as $5 a month. There is no limit to the number of texts you can send. You just have to purchase the additional credits.
Awesome.
Awesome. Can you do CMAs with this CRM?
No. The CRM's not directly connected to the MLS or any of that data. Now, if you have the data and you want to put it into an email and send it out through the CRM, you can do that.
Now, I do want to say something about that. I am blown away how many agents are not familiar with RPR, which is a benefit of being a realtor, and you don't pay extra for it. So what we've done is we've contracted with RPR, and we are going to be doing a dedicated webinar that's totally free. It has CRM built into it. It's going to be part of the Power Program for you guys. We're going to take care of you because I want to push this on you, because to me, RPR is the bomb in doing CMAs because it's free as a realtor and they have other features. So we're bringing that to you. When is that, Julie? Next month?
April 1st.
April 1st. So but don't worry about that. We're going to let you know. So you get emails and texts about it. All right, next question.
There's a lot of questions about what integrations you have and what integrations you don't. We can send a link out. You've got that all listed on your site. So can we talk about creating signature, basic, custom? How easy is it to create a signature? And while we're talking about that, how easy is it to upload contacts? And all of that is your concierge service helps people do, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, if you're coming over from another CRM, or if you've been managing your contacts in a spreadsheet, or you've got them in the back end of your MLS and you can get them into a spreadsheet file, you can simply send that to our support team and they'll upload it to your account for you. There's no extra charge for it. We just want to get your contacts in there because the whole system revolves around there being contacts in there. And then in terms of, sorry, what was the second part of the question, Julie?
In terms of the contacts, but also in terms of how easy is it to create your signature and like create your profile?
Yeah, so there's actually a setup wizard that makes it super, super simple.
That's what I wanted you to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a setup wizard. Here's what I'll tell you as far as the Power Builder. You're not going to be on your own to figure anything out.
Nope.
So there is an unlimited number of coaching calls. So if you need to reach out to Shannon and her team, there's you're not paying per call, so you can actually harass them. Am I right in saying that, Shannon?
You can call us as many times as you need to.
Yeah, you can. If you're lonely,
seems harsh.
If you're lonely, you can call them.
Just call support. Yeah, somebody will help you out.
Because support loves calls. All right. Yeah. Next question.
Kathy has a CRM provided by her company. She's not sure how it works. Also, it's her understanding if she leaves, the company keeps her client list. Should I keep this one, or should I get my own? It's a major real estate company. Shannon, you can speak to that, but obviously, if you're doing your own database, and you need to be able to keep your client list, that should be yours.
Yeah, that's exactly what I totally agree, Julie. It's really up to you, but at the end of the day, it should be your database, and you should be able to take it with you and not have to share it with anybody else.
Absolutely. Mark has Lion Desk, and we've heard this with other people have other CRMs, and how does it compare? What I can tell you, first of all, is that we did a lot of homework, and one of the biggest reasons, Shannon, we chose you guys as a partner is that customer support, that concierge tier. So Mark says it's one of the difficulties he's had is keeping leads up to date from different integrations, finding duplicates, keeping the database clean. So how can you guys help with that?
Yeah, so I mean, the biggest difference with Exact Power Builder CRM is that it tends to provide more content for the marketing side than any of the other real estate CRMs on the market. And in terms of things like duplicates, because you do have leads coming in from your website, realtor.com, Zillow, lead capture forms, there's sort of a holding bucket in your account that will flag the duplicates, and you can say, well, looks, I've already got that person. I'm either going to merge it with the existing one or just get rid of them because I already have them in my system. So there are identifiers that will help you with that along the way.
Wonderful. Can you create your own e-cards and your own letters?
Absolutely.
Who hosts the mass email? The host makes a difference on whether they get delivered to an inbox or a junk box.
It is a major provider of mass email service. We're in Canada. They have clients as large as like Royal Bank of Canada. So it's a seamless integration. You'll never see the back end platform that we're using, but I can promise you it's delivered through a mass email service provider with multiple IP addresses, and they're constantly monitoring to make sure that we're getting the best possible deliverability.
Fantastic. Can you send a current monthly email newsletter to a new client?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is what's neat about that is if you get a new, if you make a new contact, you make a new, get a new client, it's as easy to pop that one client in there and pick and choose something to send them so that you've got that instant, instant contact, which is beautiful.
Exactly. Yeah.
Does the Power Builder website allow us to add a landing page for the example that was shown with the seller's seminar?
Yes. Not specifically a landing page, but you can add as many pages to the site as you want. And that page can include, and I'm looking to sell my home, or I'm looking to sign up for the seminar lead capture form.
Wonderful. How can power agents get items from the site into other CRMs so they can be emailed out to their specific email groups? That's as easy as cut and paste. I mean, I don't without knowing which specific CRM you're talking about. I mean, most of our content is easily copied, and then you can paste it into your CRM. Let's see, if I try Power Builder CRM for 30-day trial, then perhaps delay with maintaining a paid account. Let's see, I want to start. We'll answer that one separately. Eloise, I have an Exact account for a few months. I like it very much. Not sure I'm using it correctly. I'm not sure how to set up the monthly newsletter. No. So that's a support question, right? So
yeah. Call our support if you're not sure if you've done it, if you're not sure if it's working, if you're not sure what to do next, call our support team and they'll make sure that those key items are set up and working in the system for you.
Awesome. Does the email recipient need to accept an invitation to receive emails for you? So is it like a double opt-in or anything like that? No.
And every email has an unsubscribe on it. So you're covered in terms of the anti-spam legislation. If someone has actively provided their email address to you, there is still that implied consent. They've given you their email address so that you can follow up.
Is it best to personalize each template prior to an email to go out and change it each time I have a new mailing?
It's really up to you. A lot of the content is fantastic. Some of the templates require that you edit them because they need you to put in, like the one we showed with the seller seminar. You have to put in the key dates and those items. But emails that are more sort of letter type, the salutation for the appropriate person is going to be auto-populated. And as long as you like the content, there's no need to edit it.
Wonderful. Karen asked them. She's got a question about entering contacts and how they're appearing on envelopes. So Karen, just again, call their support team. They're wonderful about helping you work that out.
The short answer to Karen's question, I think, is yes, you can edit the salutation.
Thank you. Are Power Agent templates set up and set and forget like the other Exact plans? Well, we've got some, not necessarily campaigns. We've got a lot of tools in there, which you can pick and choose. So you can customize them if you'd like, but you don't have to. Does the system for your financial goals work back from your goal of income? For example, I want to make 160,000. How many appointments I need? How many daily calls? Will it calculate that for me?
Yes.
Do you have a phone app?
It does.
Wonderful. I love this rapid fire. Tony comes in from my integration. The recipient needs to authorize receiving emails. So we just covered that one. It doesn't. Can you send video text messages from your database?
Not at the moment. A video text, you can include the link to where the video lives online. Sort of like if you're sending an email, you can put in an image and hyperlink it to where the video lives online, but you're not actually sending the video in the message.
We are power agents. We have a different CRM, which our computers are networked. Does the system have the same capacities to be networked, or would we need to hire someone to network them? So our CRM is in the cloud, right? So you wouldn't really need to, once you're logged in and you upload it, your concierge service can help them upload their contacts. So it lives in the cloud. You wouldn't need to network.
Yeah, exactly. And if there's if the question is more around multiple users, like if you're like, a 2-person team, for example, you can share that account, or we can set you up as a team so that you have your own separate logins.
Wonderful. Those of you who would like to get started today, there is that Start My Free Trial button. If you want to click on that, that'll get you started for that $5. Again, that $5 is going to go straight to Feeding America and will open up your free 30-day trial of the Power Builder. These pieces are offering, I should already have. Yes, if you are a power agent, a lot of the pieces we've already talked about, especially the ones that Darryl shared, are in your classroom. The exact specific contact, our stuff enhances what theirs is. So it's an extra layer. Does it include a website? Yes. What did I see online about new agents getting a longer free trial period?
There is, is there not with ours. So with ours, there isn't a longer trial period because of the pricing and how we did it. So it is what it is. It's 30 days. Somebody had asked, just because they wanted me to do the math. It's so after the trial, when it's all said and done, if you got everything, the most you would ever pay, Power Agent monthly, the CRM, the social media streaming, the whole 9 yards, that would come out to 47 plus 49 is $96 a month and no contract. So.
And no contract. That's important.
And that's really only a couple trips to Starbucks.
Really? Exactly.
Especially the way you drink.
For exact contact and social stream over, no problem. Go to our site, go to darrylspeaks.com. There's that little chat box there. Gail will be happy to help you facilitate that. Julie and anybody else that needs to do that. Is there a time limit to add on the CRM? And I think you spoke about that a little bit earlier, Darryl, that, start with the...
Right, there is none. So don't feel like the trial is going to go away as a power agent. Now, the power agent, like what you see on the screen right now, that $5, the keeping all of the things that are on the slide right now, that could go away next week. So if you're a guest, you should just click Help Feed America, get into the program, and get to keep all this stuff. So it'll be gradual. And we'll take you, just like Shannon was saying, we'll take good care of you. We're going to email you and call you, and it's called onboarding. We make sure new members are acclimated slowly but surely and positively. And the same thing that's great about Power Builders, when you're ready to then turn the key on the CRM, same thing. You're not going to be left alone. Somebody had asked about the company CRM, and that's when my mic was going bad, is that you should, if your company locks you in and you can't keep that stuff, then you should get an outside CRM, in my opinion, so you can control your data. And plus, if you're not getting the impeccable kind of support that we have with Power Builder, then that's another reason why you should leave, because you need that support. You want to make this part of what you do on a regular basis. Yeah. Next question.
If you decide to leave the program, what do you do with all your contacts?
If you leave the Power Agent program and you don't become Power Agent.
If you leave the Power Builder, can you export your contacts?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can always export your contacts at any time.
Yeah, so you're not locked in. So if you don't like Power Builder for however long you are with, let's say you're with them for a couple of years, like, you know what, I want to switch CRMs. that new company, they'll help you make the transition. You'll download your clients, you'll move it over to the new, just like Power Builder is going to help you coming into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there someplace in the library that says how many touches we should have with past clients and what kind of touches? Shannon, I'm gonna let you answer that, but I also just want to touch, I'm glad you asked that question, Cleo, because, statistically 1 in 12 people in your book of business will either do business with you or refer business to you every year, as long as you're staying in touch on a regular basis. And normally that regular basis is at least a monthly contact. So that might be the monthly newsletter, right? And then you would enhance that monthly newsletter with maybe what's selling in the market, or if you've got something special going on or whatever. So does that sound about right, Shannon?
Yeah, absolutely. So, all of your past clients should definitely be getting, if they were a buyer, they should be getting that move-in anniversary card. If they, everybody should be getting your e-newsletter. So that's a monthly touch. They can be put on an activity plan, that drip campaign. So they're getting another monthly touch. So, it really depends on your strategy a little bit. But there's all kinds of content there to make it easy for you.
Darryl, is there a way you can show how to sign up for the CRM once you are a power agent? Because I know a lot of our power agents are confused. Maybe show them the dashboard.
Yeah.
And while you're going, go ahead.
Yeah. So when you go to the DarrylSpeaks.com and you go to the Power Program, when you're logged in, you'll see I'm logged in as Sarah. There's up at the top, it'll say dashboard. If I wasn't logged in, it would say log in, right? So when you go to so you log in, here's your dashboard that starts everything. When you click on here, now I already may be logged in on the Power Builder. So if I click on it, it may bring me right to the Power Builder, which it did. Now, if I didn't have an account, it would tell me you don't have an account, and it would tell me to sign up. But we have an account, so there I am, bada bing, I'm logged in automatically. So, but that's how you would find it, Power Agents. If you don't have it, click on that, and then it'll go through the enrollment process. All right?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Any integration coming for Real Geeks, Shannon?
If you're talking about using a Real Geeks website and you want your leads to be sent to the exact contact CRM, we can do that today. It's actually not an integration. It's just simply through lead capture.
Wonderful. Any connection to the original ACT database software?
No, unfortunately not. Some of you that are still stuck in those old technologies,
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, well, hang on a second.
They're hard to get out of, unfortunately, because you've got so much data there. It would be an export, and we will import, but there will be some difference in what can be exported and what's actually going to import. You're not going to get everything.
I will say, Shannon, when I started my business, I used ACT. So I'm I hung on to that for a long time. It was a really good CRM. Okay, next question.
I have used KV Core, did not like it. Everything seemed like it was extra. Do you have a way for us to get leads? Well, on your website, there's lead capture on your website.
There's lead capture on the website, but first and foremost, our program is not lead gen. We're about lead nurture and using your lead nurture and your follow-up to grow your database from your database.
Yeah, let me highlight that. I want to be clear because that's a really important distinction. Yes. KV Core and some of these others, they are really specializing in lead capture, spending money to get leads online. Mm-hmm. And they have as a PS, by the way, we have a CRM that the leads go into. But that's not their strength. Now, Shannon and Power Builder's model is more the other way. The focus is to have a strong CRM. This is what we specialize in with contacts, follow-up, nurture, 5-year plans, set and forget. So it's different than what you've experienced on some of those other. Did I get that right, Shannon?
You got that absolutely right. And it's funny that that's come up in terms of the lead gen. We actually just launched a new ebook on the topic. Less than 1% of online leads close. There is a better way. And that better way is using your CRM to nurture and convert, more referrals and build your database from your database.
Exactly. And this is what you guys, I'll go to RPR as an example. RPR, their specialty is housing data, CMAs, and etc. I mean, nobody, in my opinion, there's nothing better than that one because they specialize. So it's always anything else. When you go to a specialist, you're going to get better than if you go to a general practitioner. And so a lot of these online software things, they're trying to do a little bit of everything. This is not that. This is if you need a strong CRM, this is what you get. Okay, next question, Julie.
Yes. So Shannon, I was just how do we get the ebook? Is it possible for us to get a copy of that ebook we can put in our tech tools and training?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Oh, not to put you on the spot there, right? If you're already, we have quite a few. If you're already a power agent, and how do you get it? And Darryl just explained that. You can always use the chat button on our site, and we can direct you. Is the website ADA compliant? Do you know that, Shannon?
It is indeed.
It is indeed.
It is. The little widget you can click and has all the different.
By the way, I want to say something too, because we had a little bit of a tech glitch with me bouncing off, and I don't want that to happen again. Gang, if you're a guest and you haven't clicked on that start my trial, that little button there, make sure you do that now, because once we end this webinar, or if it should crash or some tech problem, that will go away. So I want you to click on that right away before it goes away, because it's going to. Let's continue. Go ahead.
Let's see. How do you compare to top producer? Again, we've got a lot of those questions. We did our homework and we chose Exact for a reason, and that's because of their functionality, but also because of their customer support.
And I will tell you, as far as any of the other softwares, the CRMs, it's like, which is a better diet? Like, is it Nutrisystems or MetaFast? There is no better. It's the one.
Keto yet?
Wait, what? Which one?
Have you gone keto yet?
The keto one. Here's the best one. It's the one that you're going to actually use and do. Yeah. So there's the answer. So, but we think this is the best. I will tell you, the customer support, there ain't nothing like it, in my opinion. Like, I joke, but I was serious. Like, if you call these people every day to help you, hold you a hand because here's why. If you're using it and you're making money, you're going to be a customer for life. So they're smart in their business model to know that. So
I agree. Mari wants to know how to update her logo on Social Stream. Just contact their support system. Any of those technical questions, their support system is amazing.
Yes.
Victor says, I logged in a little late. Did I hear that there's a numbers analyzer included for your prospecting?
Yes.
There is. Jim asks, will there be a webinar soon on the benefits of the website and social stream? One of the things I wanted to share, and I'm glad that question came up, is once you're in the Power Builder system, Shannon's team does a great job of sending out, you'll get emails from them as well as us, and their emails are going to include training webinars, and you have standing webinars every week as well, where people can just really go in and ask questions just like we do, or where we're just running through the website. You guys do the same thing. So there's a lot of training in place. You are not on your own, as Darryl said earlier.
Yep.
Can you place a Facebook and Google Pixel on the website for retargeting?
Yes, you can.
Yes. I love when you just have those very confident answers.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Do we get our own custom number for our ad on text?
Yes, you do.
Perfect.
And it will have you choose your area code, and then it will give you sort of like when you go and get a new phone and you have to choose a new phone number. It shows you, like, here's the 4 numbers to choose from that have your area code.
Excellent. If you are on a team and only one agent is a power agent, what does that look like and how does that work? That would be a Gail contact. So again, go to the site, use that little chat button, and Gail would be the person to talk to explain that. Please explain, what am I getting today for $5? What if I just want the CRM? I'm confused.
Okay. So here's what happens with the $5. The $5 gets you everything on the screen, plus 100% of it goes to feeding families, feeding America. Now, if you want the CRM, in addition to becoming a power agent and being in our coaching program, learning how to list and sell real estate, that's an additional membership, monthly membership. And, but you get 30 days free of that as well. So if you decide to use the CRM, that's $49, but you cannot do that unless you're a power agent, which is $47. So to get Power Builder and everything, the total comes out to $96 a month. But I'm telling you, the thing to do is just start with the $5. Don't worry about anything else over the next few weeks. Okay.
Awesome. Brian asks, is blogging still relevant? Shannon, do you have a take on that? I know I do.
I think it is. Julian, I hope you're on the same page with that. But it's about creating fresh content on your website, and whether you're directing people to your website or your social media, if you're posting the same content on both places, it's just generating that buzz and showing that you're active there. By the way, the websites that come with the CRM include a blog, and we post to it for you every 2 weeks.
Love that answer. And plus they serve different purposes, right? So social media is going to serve a different purpose than a blog. A blog is creating content on your site, which is good for your SEO. It's a good thing to drive people to that blog content, and it makes you more relevant, right?
Yeah.
Margaret asks, so for $13 a month, the website is connected to my local IDX or MLS. How often is that updated?
It depends on the MLS, but usually not longer than 24 hours, often as short as every 2 hours.
Wonderful.
Cleo, okay. People are they're still all right. Yes, go ahead, Julie. You're right. Go on.
Cleo says testimony for Darryl as a power agent in the 90s. Darryl was by far the most comfortable to follow now, as well as back then when I took the courses live. He is honest. Oh, thank you, Cleo.
Thank you, Cleo.
What happens if, Julie, what happens if we are in the Power Agent program and get the CRM and then we leave the Power Agent program? Sorry for the question. Don't be sorry.
No. She should be sorry about that question. You should never quit the Power program. Listen, here's what happens. If you decide you love the CRM, the Power Builder, and you hate me, and you want
that's never going to happen, Darryl.
You want to drop me in a Power Agent. I'm just kidding. But anyway, you want to drop the Power Agent, you can keep the CRM. It's not going to be the same CRM. What's going to happen is the big difference is going to be the cost goes up, and the templates and letters and emails and that we have in there will go away.
Lose all your Power Agent stuff. Yeah.
All the Power Agent stuff. Now Exact Contact has their own emails and newsletters. That all stays. We added the stuff from our website into the CRM to make it better. So
fantastic. Ida asks, you have access to my contacts. Does anyone else have access to my contact information? That's an important question, Shannon. I'm gonna let you address that, because I know just as that one agent whose company was kind of holding their contacts and doesn't release them, this is an important question about the security of your contacts.
So you always own your data and no one else has access to it. We don't sell it. Like I said, we're not in the business of lead gen or providing contact information to anybody else. The only reason that a support member would have access to your account is so they could log in and look at what you're looking at, so they can help you with your account. So everything's secure and you can export it at any time.
Everything is yours. I like that. Julie wants to know, where are the e-cards in the system, Shannon? Where would they go?
It would be under the mass email. And if you changed the category at the top to greeting card, then you'll see all of the greeting cards.
Wonderful. Denise asks, will my website have its own domain that I've already purchased, or do I have to use one from the system?
You can bring your domain with you.
Wonderful. Yep. Same question from Carlene. Can I point your website to my established domain? Yes.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, what happens, gang, when you own your own domain name, so we own DarrylSpeaks.com. That is the main domain. So if we wanted to have it go to some other company or some other website or you can forward it, like forwarding mail, or how you call forward a telephone number. Somebody dials a phone number and you can forward it to another number that rings. Same concept. That's how domain sites work. Okay.
Yes.
Anything else? Is that it? Any other questions?
I think that's it.
That's it. Well, it's our 30-minute bonus time that we gave everybody. So excited. So Power Agents, once again, I'm going to, if you're not a Power Agent, click on that thing now, because it is going to go away. Power Agents, you would, on the dashboard when you log in, You will click there to kick off your Power Builder CRM. If you have any questions, just click on that bubble, Power Agent or guest. You can feel free to ask questions there. Obviously, you'll get an answer under 5 minutes. And but if you are a guest, I encourage you for $5 to start to get to know our company a full 30 days. It is such a deal. And so click on that now before we sign off. And I think that's all we've got. And Daniel Sanfilippo, one of our great Power Agents, says, "Hi, Julie. I know we get a great offer of being Power Agents. I was just wondering about paying for a year up front." And I see that you're answering that, Julie. I don't know about Power Agents paying up front. I believe we can do that. You can, same thing, do a bubble question there. As far as the CRM,
Shannon, do you guys offer an annual discount to Power Agents?
That's a Gail question.
That's a Gail question. So
I think that's a Gail question. Yeah.
Daniel,
Because the billing's actually going through Power Program, so I actually don't know the answer.
Well, there you go. So Daniel, I will have Gail get in touch with you. Okay.
And Denise, how do I get one-on-one coaching with Darryl? Denise, I only do one-on-one coaching with a handful of people at one time. And so it's very personal because you get my personal cell. We can talk anytime. And so I have limited space. I honestly don't know if we have that. So the space available. So go to the website and click on that little chat bubble there. And the person who will reach out to you will be Gail, and she'll schedule, if I have an opening, we'll schedule a free one-on-one with me for us to talk, because I want to make sure I can help you. If I don't think I can help you, then I don't take you on. Okay.
Arlene, is IDX extra?
It is. It is. So, and I think one of the agents had asked this earlier. You can add IDX for searchable MLS to your website for as little as $13 a month.
Okay, cool. So that's not a real necessary feature, but it is a cool bells and whistles to have. Okay, good. Anything else? I think we're good. All right, gang. Thank you. So Shannon, you did a fabulous job. Thank you
for having me, as always.
Yeah, this was great.
Fun.
Power Agents, we recorded this. It will be on the webinars on demand. I just want to show people while we're still here, and we still have so many more people on the call. I just want to show the Power Agents. When you click on the classroom, webinars on demand, that's where this will be. So these are all of the webinars that we've done. It's loading. It seems like it's getting a lot of activity right now, the site. So every weekly webinar is housed in the webinar on demand. Now, Power Agents, when you click on this, like we just did a session last week, which was awesome with the CEO of Labco, Tristan, who's also a Power Agent. But you can download the slides too. So whenever I have the slides, which is always a lot, this was a little different because this was about the CRM. It's also there. And the other stuff I just want to show you, I want to remind the Power Agents that a lot of what I showed you was in the farming tab today. And there's so much great content here. You'll see that little star. When you guys see something that you like, you click on that star, and it'll save it in a dedicated folder just for you. And so I see another question came in. Julie will answer that in just 1 second. All right, yeah, why don't you answer that? Go ahead, Julie.
Yes, someone asked about the social stream. What the social stream is through the CRM. It'll automatically post to your social media platforms as many times as you like. You get to choose from a whole bevy of publications like USA Today, Huffington Post, Realtor.com. So there's all kinds of places. And then you can choose, okay, I want it to go out 2 times a day or 3 times a day. It'll pull from those publications, and it just happens automatically. So it's really a time saver for agents, and it's a way to stay relevant and top of mind without you really having to touch anything. It's a set and forget system.
Now, I want to point out to the Power Agents while we were just going over that, the other tab, which is prospecting, we try to do this alphabetical, right? So you'll see dialogue for D, and there's a ton of dialogue for calling FSBOs, pre-foreclosures, follow-up to open houses. Anyway, with the CRM, what Shannon just went over with you, there's some really great dialogue in here too, as you're starting to reach out to, there's one I love this one, past client first phone call. So if you lost touch with your clients, one of the things I recommend that you do, So I'm going to give you a couple extra tips for people who are staying online. And Shannon, anytime you have to bounce, you just bounce because you're now overtime and I'm not paying you. But if you've got your CRM and you haven't been working it and you're going to put in your leads for the first time, one of the things you could do is ask your broker for any of the orphans. Now, here's the definition of an orphan. It's somebody who bought or sold through your company. That agent is no longer working in your company, but the company still has the lead. So you can adopt those people into your past client base. So you put all these people into your CRM, into Power Builder or whatever CRM, and then you call, there's the orphan adoption dialogue. So that's your first call to introduce yourself to them. Here's your dialogue for reaching out to your past clients that you've lost touch with over the while, right? So I want to point that out, that and make sure that when you start prospecting, you print out one of these do not disturb signs and tell people I'm making it rain right now. But there is a lot of great content in there as well. So, okay, I think that's all I want to say. Is there anything else? Suggestion box, the time management. There's a lot of tech training in here.
Yeah, while you're there, since someone is asking any help with maximizing social media platforms, establishing those, I'm glad you just touched on that. There is a tech tools and training, and Shannon, once Shannon gets us that ebook that she was just discussing, we'll put that in here as well. A lot of our partners do that. They'll deliver us extra training, like the Vox Brownie training and stuff too. So we'll put that in there. But there's also a lot in here about how to set up those different social media channels. Like if you need to set up a Facebook page, or how to do your LinkedIn, or how to set up your Instagram. So all of that, we have a lot of e-guides and tools in that tech tools and training to do that. Plus there's just lots of training, right? So tech tools on using Zoom, for example, using PowerPoint. We just had one that was great on Canva 101. So
we're gonna put the RPR in here too, the tech video training section. And somebody was asking, how much is the website? The website is free. That's part of the CRM. You don't pay extra for that. So the CRM, there's only two prices. There's just the CRM at $29. Then there is, you want to add the social media for another $20 a month, which is a no-brainer in my opinion. I usually don't even break it out. I tell people it's $49 because for $20 you should not, that would be silly not to do it. So, okay, great. What else do we have here? I guess that's it. I'm going to let there's so much here. I could spend another hour going through the website, but Shannon is being very polite and staying as opposed to bouncing. We have to let her go. So, gang, thank you so much for calling in. Make sure you're a Power Agent. Click on that thing now because we're shutting down. And we'll take good care of you. Power Agents, you know what to do. All right. I look forward to talking to you guys on the next coaching call on Monday. So that's a 2-hour where we get to chit chat. Hey, guests, those Monday calls are awesome because unlike chatting your questions here, you can actually talk to me, talk to Julie, ask questions. We role play it. We record it. Those are Monday coaching calls. Those are really fun. All right, gang. Shannon, thank you. You were awesome.
Thanks again, everybody. Have a good one.
Right. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good one. Keep smiling.